Okay, so we're back for the third and hopefully final part of the MyMathLab tutorial. We're sitting here looking at question 3 going, I don't know how to do it. And we've gone through all the help features except for the bottom 3. The calculator is kind of nice. The calculator is an electronic calculator that shows up on screen. I mean, if you have to do simple addition, you can always bring this up, right, and press enter on it. It's not really that needed for us because, again, if you have to do simple addition, you can just do it in Excel just as easily, right? So if you want to use Excel, it's there. If you want to use a calculator, it's there. I can close that. Next is the Ask My Instructor feature. So let me click that, and it's going to open up another window right here, and it would send me this exact problem with these exact numbers. Now when you do this, you want to send me with a comment or question. Just don't say, I don't get it. I mean, obviously you don't get it, but what isn't you don't get? Is it that your answers are always off by a little bit? Is it that you don't understand the difference between variance and standard deviation? Is it, why is it asking for a sample variance instead of a population variance, that kind of thing. The more information you give me about what you're not understanding, the better it is for both of us because it makes it easier for me to help you. Also, by the way, if you think that your answer is right, let's say you type in an answer and you're off by just a little bit, or you're just convinced that it's not right, you can either send it to me with the Ask My Instructor, or you can just email me and I can look it over and double check your work and make sure that you're right or wrong. There are times when it has been wrong and I can send that to the MyMathLab people and get it fixed. So don't feel like this is all set in stone. That said, I have to tell you 95%. Hey, there's a statistic I made up on the spot, but it's pretty good. 95% of the questions I get from students usually is student error, but that doesn't mean that there aren't problems that are actually MyMathLab's fault. So please send those on to me. And that's true of both homework and the tests. Just remember that the tests you can't view until after the due date, and you view them here in the gradebook. But homework you can view up until the due date all the time. All right. So, by the way, one other thing, just real quick before I move on, you can skip a question. Let's say you go, oh, shoot, I don't know how to do this. You can skip to question 4, and you can skip to question 5. You can hop around. You don't have to do them in sequential order if you don't want to. Now, the last thing I want you to see is this part down here, print. So you can click print, and it'll open up another window yet again. It's over here. And it's going to ask you, what do you want to do? Do you want to just print this question, or do you want to print the whole homework assignment? Now, if you just have a question on this question, you can print it and maybe take it into your tutor, or take it to your study group, or come in and see me, or whatever. Or maybe you like working by hand. You can print your whole assignment. It will print off every single one of these problems for you with the numbers you need, and then you can go back in and just enter all the answers. You might get a couple wrong still, but you did the bulk of it offline with paper and pencil. So you're more than welcome to do that. However, to be honest with you, since we're an online class, you're probably going to need a computer anyway just to be doing Excel to figure out all your calculations. You do not figure these things by hand. Let me just go back real quick. If you look at Help Me Solve This or view an example, there are a lot of times in statistics where the methods are really long if you do them by hand, way longer than you need. To find the answer to this question, all I'd have to do is type in these numbers. I'm just going to type in the first few, first few just so you can see. To find the answer, all I'd have to do is type variance of data set, enter, and that would be it. And that's all there is to it. From chapter 3 on, you pretty much always want Excel open, both during a test and during homework. You don't need to be doing this stuff by hand. You use Excel. Excel does things faster, quicker, and is way more accurate. Just be careful when you type in the numbers that you do them all correctly. All right, so that's that. Let me close this. All right, so I think we've seen everything from MyMathLab, and we're done with this tutorial. Now remember, I'm going to put up tutorials for how to do the Excel assignments later. Cool, we're done. See you later for the next tutorial.